Waxahachie's Penn Park came alive this afternoon with the smell of good food and the sound of celebration as people gathered to honor Juneteenth or Emancipation Day. There was food for everyone of every age, along with live music and friends remembered. As Betty Jefferson, president of the Waxahachie chapter of the NAACP, noted, Juneteenth is a celebration from bondage, but this year NAACP chapters across the nation are remembering the 50th anniversary of the assassination of civil rights leader Medgar Evers. Evers, a war veteran, was buried with full military honors at Arlington Cemetery. We asked Jefferson to talk to us about how Medgar Evers' struggle for equality is so important today.
Medgar Evers, Medgar Wiley Evers, I believe is his complete name, Mississippi State President of the NAACP at the time of his death, recruiting students for voting. I think he had been out, and I say I think because I've got to reiterate on my facts, had been out at the University of Mississippi, and you know, at the height of racial tension, and when things were really, really bad. Integration was just beginning. Things were bad. Things were bad. Nobody wanted any progress. Nobody wanted any of that. And he was a staunch leader, and he worked hard, and he was willing to put his life on the line. He didn't just ask everybody else to do the work. He did it. He and his family, and was an intricate part of the NAACP. And the NAACP has mounted a movement this year to commemorate his death, the anniversary of his death. Like I stated earlier, June 12th, he was assassinated on that day in Mississippi, and he was shot in the back in his driveway. What's amazing to me about it is that his wife has continued to carry that torch on, even though she's remarried. And it tells us that we have to change. Requires you have to be prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice for change. And God created us all equal. He did. When I believe with all my heart, when he created people, he didn't see color, because if he did, he wouldn't have made us all different colors. We're meant to live here together. And I believe, in my estimation, the reason he's an important figure to me is he made that supreme sacrifice for a person like me, a person he didn't even know, because the change that would happen in Mississippi would have a domino effect across not only the nation, but across the world. So we need to commemorate heroes like him. And I don't believe he ever thought of himself as a hero. He was just another person trying to do what was right, standing up for the ones that wouldn't or couldn't stand up for themselves. To me, when you go out trying to make change in the community, change in the world, do things that's going to be for the betterment of all people, you're not just concerned about one, because that don't matter. I ain't nobody. I'm just somebody. I'm just a nobody trying to tell somebody. Okay? So when we're talking about helping in the community, to me, he epitomizes that. He worked in his community. He not only his community, he worked in his state, because I think it was a state conference president. But he worked at the grassroots level. He put himself and his family on the line, letting everybody know it ain't just about, I'm not too good to get out here. I can get out here just like you. I will get out here. I will stand out front. And if it costs me my life, so be it. And at that time, that was a statement you didn't take lightly, because it literally cost him his life. But it was something he was willing to die for. He knew that any time he could be killed. He knew that there was that much hate and animosity in the world, about a world that is not one man's by himself. We have the class society, we have caste societies. Well, that's your blessing. Your blessing is your blessing, my blessing is my blessing. But I believe God meant for us all to get along in this world together, not, backbiting one another, killing one another. My sandbox, your sandbox is ours.
For a complete rundown of Waxahachie's Juneteenth celebrations, pick up a copy of the Waxahachie Daily Light or read it online at waxahachietx.com. This has been Scott Dorsett with another Daily Light Through the Lens feature.